Welcome everyone to the Closing Line Value. We are a special edition of Ahead of the Spread. With me is Justin from Just Be Golfing.
Hey everyone.
We are going to do a celebration for Oscar season. We've got the Best Awards ceremony coming up for the movies, and we want to incorporate our picks for this year's best sporting events and how that equates to Oscars. So we're going to kind of tag team this a little bit, go back and forth, see who's the winner, who's the loser here, and what's our take on it.
So we'll both give nominations on who we think the best performer was, and then we'll kind of come to a decision on who wins, right? And we may give some actual movie picks too at some point, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Which one should we start with?
Ooh. I mean, let's just go with the big one, like the best sporting event of the year, and I'll let you lead off.
Okay, this is kind of the equivalent to Best Picture. So I was trying to think of the thing that had the biggest impact on me in the last 12 months, and my nominee for Best Sporting Event of the Year is the 2025 Masters Tournament. I'm sure everyone remembers that Rory McIlroy finally completed the career Grand Slam. No surprise that I chose a golf event. But honestly, that Sunday, I felt like the entire world was watching golf. And it was really amazing because, after 11 years, Rory almost blew it. He had to force it to a playoff with Justin Rose on 18. You were like, he's going to blow it again. It's going to be terrible. And then he wins it and he falls to his knees and he's crying. And I remember my wife, Casey, was completely enthralled with it. I was enthralled. My 2-year-old daughter was cheering with us. It's because I was giving her popsicles, but it was just a family event, and it was the thing that stuck with me that I was the most tuned into this year.
That's a pretty good one. And as someone that doesn't get to watch golf all the time, I watch PGA all the time, I do remember catching bits and pieces of it, including the finale, and it was definitely an excellent event. For me, again, sticking to our themes here, college basketball, best sporting event of the year for me was the national title game, Florida over Houston. Came down to the final possession. Houston had a chance to, I believe, take the lead or at least tie it. Send it to OT. Florida, with some stifling defense, locked it down and ended up with a W. And the Walter Clayton was just electric all over the court,
right? Taking
crazy shots and just taking command of the game. So I mean, for me, it came down to a Final Four with all 1 seeds, which there's been that debate of Cinderellas, or do you want the best of the best? Well, the best of the best were there. 4 number 1 seeds, and then 2 in the final.
Don't you feel like Florida is in it all the time, though? I feel like if you told me that Florida and Houston played in the national title game, the next question I would have to ask is, what year are we talking about? Because it feels like these two teams are kind of always in the mix.
I mean, I think Houston's relatively recent.
Correct.
Up until 4 years ago, they were nowhere. You're right. But Florida, it sucks that they had those back-to-backs when the Joakim Noah days. But since then they've been, I don't know. It's Todd Golden that got them back over the hump.
All right, here's my final argument for the Masters. They're completing the career Grand Slam has only happened 5 times in history. So the fact that Rory climbed Masters by itself is kind of equal to the national championship when it comes to golf and college basketball. But the fact that there was this amount of history tied to it, I really think the Masters should win. And I'm happy to give you the possession arrow on the next one, maybe. But I'm not going to change your mind, I don't think.
It's fine. I mean, the only Grand Slam I really care about is when Miggy Cabrera was smacking homers in Comerica Park.
Speaking of years and years ago. Yeah, totally. Man, wow. Okay, so
You know what?
We should have a coin that we just flip so we can decide who wins, but we'll let you guys decide. You guys decide in the comments. I'm sure Jose's out there and he's got opinions, so go ahead and weigh in and tell us between the Masters and the national championship.
He picked Padres opening day, probably.
Who's the winner? As far as the movie pick, who do we think is going to be the best picture? I think this is pretty easy for me. One battle at a time.
One battle after another?
One battle after another. Yes, I'm sorry.
So, for me, are we talking about what is going to win or who?
What's going to win?
Okay, one battle after another is going to win for sure.
Yeah. As long as Marty Supreme doesn't win.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Yeah. I'll agree easily with you.
Yeah.
All right, you pick this one.
All right, so we are going to go to our next category, which is going to be Best Actor / Best Individual Male Performance.
Best Individual Performance?
we've got a title slate.
Title slate. Best individual performance.
Okay, you go first this time.
Shohei Ohtani. I mean, the Dodgers, like, do-it-all guy, pitching in the playoffs, hitting, stealing bases. I mean, even building on the previous season's electric season, he went even a step further and just kind of ushered the Dodgers into the World Series. Slow start to the World Series, right?
Did he usher the guy that was coming off Tommy John surgery last year? And he, like, worked up to it, but, like, I think they all had a slow start, but when they got into the postseason, he really showed up, right?
Sure. I mean, that's kind of what I just said, but that's all right. No, I mean, like, he didn't pitch all season long, right? And it took to the tail end, and then pitched a little bit into the playoffs, and then also just...
It does really make you appreciate, like, no, I'm just going to turn it up for the biggest games of the year. So I definitely understand. So you're going with Shohei?
Sure.
Listen, I love Shohei. We're in Los Angeles. I might have Shohei for some other categories, but I can totally see that. But my nominee, I think, is somebody that really carried his team to a championship. And without them, I don't think he would have won. And that is SGA, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. I can't even say his name.
Yeah,
that's why I just call him SGA for the Oklahoma City Thunder. I got some stats. I got to just run these by you guys. He became just the fourth player in NBA history to win the MVP, the Finals MVP, and the scoring title all in one season. Can you name the other three?
No.
Yeah. It was Kareem, Michael Jordan, and Shaquille O'Neal. So he had that going for him. He averaged 32.7 points, 5 rebounds. The dude was all over. And I think people were really just shocked at his performance, that he had the ability as such a young player to carry his team so far. I mean, nobody likes watching the Oklahoma City Thunder win. Like, it's the smallest. The NBA doesn't like it. It's like a super small market in the middle of the country, and everyone's like, these guys. So I understand that, but as far as a single performance and a single player, I really think SGA brought it.
I could see that. I think that what was really cool about OKC is that entire core, they just drafted so well.
Sure.
And like all of them just got so much better into that season. So that's why I think you could say the same thing in a similar way with the Dodgers, not from homegrown talent, but free agency, where they're all just so good.
They write a check as good as anybody, the Dodgers. Okay, 2 great nominees. Again, tell us who you think should be the winner between Shohei and SGA for Best Male Sporting Performance. Let's go to the Best Actor category.
Yeah, that's...
In a leading role, who do you think it's going to be?
Actor in a leading role. I mean, I think Chalamet wins it. I don't think he should. I mean, honestly... I liked Michael B. Jordan quite a bit more in Sinners. So.
Just so everyone, not that I'm bragging, but I'm kind of bragging. Michael B. Jordan's parents live across the street, so we are very invested in Michael B. Jordan winning for Sinners. I thought that was kind of the best entertainment of the year, and for him to play multiple roles, not like Eddie Murphy or anything like that, but like to play twins was so hard. I just thought he gave the best performance. And again, as long as Marty Supreme doesn't win. Okay.
All right.
I think on to our next category. Run the title slate for Best Actress or Best Individual Female Performance in a sporting event.
Yeah, I'm gonna lead off this one.
Okay.
All right, we're leading with Aja Wilson. I mean, she just was an MVP. I think it's been 3 of the past 4 seasons. She just dominates the sport. I couldn't see a clear cut anyone really necessarily close to her. So
you're not gonna believe this. I think we have the same Best Actress.
Really?
No, I put Caitlin Clark, but you've already convinced me. Listen, I put Caitlin Clark just because she had such a huge impact on the sports world. I'm watching WNBA as often as I'm watching NBA regular season games. Like college basketball, just her. And this is the first year of our award, so I really wanted to make sure that she was recognized. But like, she has such an outsized impact that whether she's playing, hurt, not, like I'm tuning in to find out what Caitlin Clark is doing. I think Aja Wilson is the right answer for her performance and like.
Mispronounce it.
No, I maybe mispronounced it. I don't have it written down. But I voted for Caitlin Clark.
Okay.
So Those are our picks. What is our best actress pick in a leading role?
So best actress, in the leading role. This one was a little bit tougher because I thought it was between Stone and Byrne and Buckley. Kind of thought they all pretty leading.
Yeah.
But I really like Jessie Buckley a lot. So
I think she's going to run away with it. I saw Hamnet. It was good. She was amazing in it. What's the name of the guy that directed Begonia?
Yorgos.
Yeah, Yorgos. I'm never going to watch a Yorgos movie, so I can't vote for Emma Stone, unfortunately.
Okay, we can go on a Yorgos tangent, can we?
You can give me any opinion you want.
I don't like dude. His terrible movies, pretty much terrible movies.
Not for me, movies is what I think.
The most overrated director in.
Whoa. Please cast us in your next film. We're both available. We're not.
I'm not available. I'm okay.
I just they're not for me. And so but Jesse Plemons, I feel like they keep making the same movie over and over again.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so I literally, when I saw the trailer for Begonia, I'm like, oh, this looks interesting. This looks interesting. And I saw it was Yorgos. I was like, no, I'm not watching it. Screw it. And then I had a bunch of people, and then I saw trailer 2, and I'm like, man, it actually looks good. And I heard a bunch of people talk about it, and easily his best movie. So I would say watch that. Watch that.
Listen, I just want to give a quick shout out to Kate Hudson in Song Sung Blue. Yeah. Everyone I know who's seen that movie said she's amazing in it. My mom loved it. So I really just wanted to tell everyone, make sure you watch Song Sung Blue. Okay, on to our next category. Let's look at Best Director.
Let's look at Best Director, sure. You wanna take this one?
There's a slate.
Is this the slate?
The slate is up.
Okay, that's a pretty cool slate. Oh man, great slate.
All right, I get to go first this time. Best Director / Best Coach for me. You know who I'm picking? This is a hometown pick. I have no problem with it, but I'm just loving the job that this guy is doing. AJ Hinch. For the Detroit Tigers. Listen, we've had back-to-back postseason berths. We were in the desolate cold. It had been 2012 was the last time we've been to the World Series, and that was freaking brutal. I think we got swept that year, just like we did in 2006, the last time we went to the World Series. Anyway, I don't know why I'm going all the way back. AJ Hinch has brought all of these guys together. Yes, Tarek Skubal is amazing and doing a lot of the work as well, but this is a ragtag bunch of young up-and-comers that AJ Hinch has turned into a playoff team. They almost blew it. 9.5 game lead going into the end of the season. They barely squeak in. And then they gave us one of the greatest postseason series against the Seattle Mariners. They went to the 15-inning game 5, and then the Mariners just turned it on from there. But I've just been so impressed by what AJ Hinch has done with a lot of young up-and-coming players, and that to me is really shows what a coach can do. If you've got the veterans and superstars, things like that, we don't. We got Tarek, and he's going to carry us pretty far. But AJ Hinch has really been doing a great job.
That's a great answer to that, because they literally did piece together a completely no free agent money at all, right. And just turn that team from, like you said, homegrown playoff caliber team. So that's a good answer. I'm going to go with Todd Golden of Florida Gators. Again, in the day and age with NIL and everything, where everyone's buying every single player. Granted, Golden does hit the transfer portal harder, to get some of these players. It's not buying championships left and right. And honestly, watching them play has been pretty fun. Previous Florida Gators teams, like you said, not the most entertaining product in my opinion, like the previous championship years, but this one's been great. And then on top of all of that, having the cojones to basically call his shot at Alabama when Alabama was just clearly skirting the rules by letting Badiako play, having a Bama alum, with a injunction to allow him to play, and Golden says, I don't care, still gonna come beat you. Yeah. And they beat him. And I don't know, it's kind of like that, Yeah. It was good. So and he also won the national title last year, revamped team. They're gonna be a 1 seed this year. So
good coaching.
I don't really care for the Florida teams, but I gotta, Golden's pretty solid. So comment below on what you think.
You've got a lot of integrity to pick a team that you don't necessarily like, but you can recognize their...
It's called integrity.
Yeah. Integrity. All right, let's talk about our best director guests for the Oscars. Okay, I think it really comes down to two, right?
Yeah.
Yorgos first. No, it's either going to be Ryan Coogler or Paul Thomas Anderson, right? PTA. I loved One Battle After Another. I don't know if it's definitely not my favorite PTA movie, but man, what an experience. I think Ryan Coogler is going to win. And they don't generally allow you to pick the same best picture and best director. They kind of give it back and forth. So if we gave it to One Battle After Another, that just strengthens my argument that it's going to be Coogler.
Yeah, I originally had One Battle After Another, but I think you're talking me into Sinners, or Coogler rather. And because just even after it came out, seeing like some of the film breakdowns and how he set up his shots was just so awesome. And I even saw some more where they're asking him like, candid questions about like filming preference. He's just awesome. So
when I went to go see One Battle After Another, it was all PTA fans, and it was like a small group of people, and they were all really hyped to go see the movie. When I went to go see Sinners, I was in New York City, and I went with my wife on a date, and it was like an entire packed movie theater full of people that were all blown away at the same time, and like that music scene happens, and you're like, this is amazing. And you like combine genres. I thought he did an awesome job. He just seems to be getting better and better.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that.
Okay, on to our next category. We're going to be looking at the Best Supporting Actor / Best Male Sidekick in Sports.
I actually want to nominate the best person to wait for a slate, and that nominee goes to me.
I thought you were going to nominate me for Best Sidekick, but it's okay. I guess next year.
Okay. Lead off, or you want?
No, you lead off this time.
This is supporting.
Yeah, Best Male Sidekick / Supporting Actor.
So I'm going with Kenneth Walker of running back of the Seattle Seahawks on their Super Bowl run. Just really thought that he complemented the team really well and was the workhorse to kind of drive them, through it. Sam Darnold took a lot of the, accolades, and we'll talk about him later. And then also Smith and Jigba, Cooper Kupp were, pivotal on their rise in the receiving ranks. The Seattle defense took a lot of the attention as well, but I thought Kenneth Walker just, kept drives alive and kept it going.
Did he win the Super Bowl MVP?
I'm so glad you asked. He did.
And he's the sidekick?
He's the sidekick.
Okay. I gotta just look up what sidekick means after this is over. It's okay. Okay, that's a great. I like your pick. I am gonna go with somebody that actually stands in the shadows a little bit more than the Super Bowl MVP, and I'm gonna nominate Freddie Freeman from the Los Angeles Dodgers. Honestly, he is like the fourth biggest player on his team behind Ohtani, Mookie Betts. Personally, Will Smith is my favorite player in the MLB, so I'm going to put him back. So you've got Freddie Freeman, who was an absolute all-star in Atlanta, comes here, is just a quiet workhorse kind of guy, workhorse, that's your word, who wins game one with a walk-off home run and then finishes off the World Series with a walk-off grand slam, not from the first position, not from second, batting behind Ohtani, who I believe you nominated. We gotta get you smaller ears. You nominated for Best Male Individual Performance, his teammate Shohei Ohtani, and so I'm gonna nominate the guy that didn't get that award, and that was Freddie Freeman, who essentially hit in bigger spots than even Ohtani did. He doesn't pitch, but he is just so consistent and the nicest. He seems like he's the nicest guy.
You look up a bunch of his interviews and things like that. Like, just absolute awesome dude. So that's a great pick.
Okay, so I think we know who won that one. We don't even have to talk
World
about
Series
it.
MVP?
I don't know.
It might have been Freeman. So.
Oh, I think it. That would counteract my argument. All right, best male sidekick or best supporting actor in a supporting role. I think this is pretty clear. I haven't seen some of the. I didn't see Frankenstein.
It's good.
Delroy Lindo. This is where
bit of a part, though, right?
Yeah, but they may give him like the career achievement Oscar. But I think clearly it is. And Benicio del Toro was
my personal pick is Benicio. He should win. Benicio in One Battle After Another is.
I just heard a story about him that he shows up and he completely kind of rewrote with PTA on site the human trafficking or like the Underground Railroad portion of it. He's like, no, this is how it should work. And PTA is like, yes, you're right. And so like that made me like him even more. That performance was awesome. But I think it's got to be Sean Penn. I mean, dude committed to a role, and I can't say Merry Christmas to anyone anymore without thinking of Sean Penn with a buzz cut. So okay, that's my guess.
I think it's Sean Penn as well, but I would be elated to see Benicio del Toro win it because loved him in it. It was fantastic.
Could also be a career achievement, really.
Could be, but I looked it up. He's won. I think supporting actor before.
For not for Sicario. I don't know.
What was one of the Traffic?
Traffic. Yes.
Right.
Traffic. Yes. All right. On to our next category: best supporting actress / best female sidekick.
We're pausing, baby. We're pausing.
Okay. Do you want to go first?
I'm going first. Caitlin Clark. So I love Caitlin Clark. I initially had her, like you said, in the same spot that you had her, best individual performance. So because clearly she is a leader and she is similar to Kenneth Walker, that good in her sport. So, but Caitlin Clark is not the MVP. Caitlin Clark was not the person that was the regular season MVP. Wasn't winning it all for her team, but clearly has Indiana on the right track. And I think that builds the WNBA brand, has so many more people watching it. It just really just best for the sport. And I think that she's going to be, basically the MVP this upcoming season. So that's my take.
That makes sense. Again, I just think she's the biggest factor in all of women's sports, WNBA especially, which is why I picked her.
I get it.
She's not going to like this. Sidekick, Angel Reese. To be the best supporting actress. I should call her supporting actress because she's not a sidekick. She is the other side of the coin to Caitlin Clark. If Caitlin Clark is shooting threes on the outside, Angel Reese is on the inside making you pay a little bit. She brings the outward confidence and attitude while Caitlin brings the assured confidence that's a little bit more quiet. But they are the same level of competitor. They are the same level of successful. And I think that they have a really similar impact on their sport. So I think Caitlin wouldn't be as great without Angel and vice versa. So, but Caitlin is out front and Angel's slightly behind her. So that's why I gave her the best.
I don't know. I think Caitlin Clark is a little bit of a tier above, but I do think that Angel Reese's performance gets minimized far too often.
Yeah.
So I agree with you on that. But I also will say that betting on Angel Reese to miss her first shot in the game for 12 straight games was a absolutely cash cow. So thank you, Angel.
Finally, some closing line value here. That's what we were looking for. All right. Best supporting actress pick. All right. What do we got?
I think it's maybe a little bit overkill. Amy Madigan in Weapons is my pick. I absolutely loved her as Aunt Gladys in that. Weapons is terrific. Absolutely love that movie.
I do think it's going to be her again because of the kind of career achievement.
Teyana Taylor was
amazing in Field of Dreams. We can throw it all the way back to there. Teyana Taylor was great. Elle Fanning, I haven't seen Sentimental Value, but I heard really good things. Yeah. And I just need to give a non-nominated movie a shout out.
There you go.
Predator Badlands with Elle Fanning.
Ooh, yeah.
So good. Elle Fanning is maybe the most likable actress in Hollywood right now. She can play multiple androids, good and bad. She's got emotional range. She's funny. Really just like everything that she's doing.
Deep pick. And honestly, the Predator Badlands was terrific. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I can't wait for the next one.
Yeah.
Give me the trilogy.
Okay, well, you're going to have to just
Maybe
wait.
Yorgos can direct the last one.
Oh, so it could be super weird.
Jesse Plemons.
Emma Stone has to be in it, apparently.
Yeah, correct.
And it'll just have no point. That would be cool.
All right, on to our next category, Best Original Screenplay or the Best Storyline winner. We're not talking, we're singing.
Singing is different than talking. All right, do you want to go first?
Sure, I'll go first. Okay, the best overall storyline. This was something, it was, the screenplay, I was trying to think of something that was complicated and had a lot of different facets and kind of lasted all season. The thing that I was most drawn into was F1 2025 season. And there were just so many things that I was looking forward to. And the way it played out at the end with the final race and Lando versus Verstappen, and you had Lando's teammate Oscar in the mix the whole time. And then you had Lewis Hamilton switching over from Mercedes to Ferrari. All of those pieces, I was never an F1 guy. I'm not even really a car or motorsports guy. But this is high drama every week. It's the consistency, it's the danger, but it's really also once you get to know the personalities, you start cheering for these guys, even though they're in a helmet and in a car, you cheer for them like an NBA player and their own accomplishments. So the fact that Lando finally was able to win, the fact that McLaren kind of dethroned Red Bull and Mercedes and Ferrari and finally reached the promised land, like all of these things were, after watching it for 3 or 4 years, felt like a real culmination. And it has set me up to watch it this season with Mercedes all of a sudden surging back with George Russell and Kimi and Ferrari suddenly having a fast car again. I don't understand how these cars can be like, oh, you've got a slow car. We're both going 310 miles an hour, but I'm going 310.4. Yeah, so it's just, I found F1 to be really, really exciting this year.
That's a great answer. I'm pivoting a little bit back to some NFL action with the Sam Darnold redemption arc. Sam Darnold, for quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks, was a first round pick for the Jets, right? The Jets? Was he originally Jets? I think it was the Jets.
Yeah. He's seen Ghost with it. Remember, we saw that Lions game together where he threw the interception on the second play of the game. We're like, go Lions. That was the first game of the season. And then Lions threw it away to the Jets.
Of course,
anyways, sorry.
That's a little Lions.
Still holding on to that.
I can't.
Sam
Darnold couldn't quite. It wasn't the team, wasn't the right fit. Still young quarterback thrown in the Wolves and discarded as a QB bust. Only to gain some traction in Minnesota last year, right? Yeah. Had a great season there, and then yet again discarded. And then Seattle picked him up. Yeah. And he wins the Super Bowl, dude.
But last year, I know one person that's not going to vote for Sam Darnold, and that is any Minnesota Vikings fan. Because I think they feel about him the way that we feel about Matt Stafford, or somebody that played really well for you, that you liked and you wish you could hold on to, but you had a plan and you were going with it. Obviously, that plan didn't work out for Minnesota, but it worked out for Sam Darnold, and I'm just so glad, because even the year before when he was in San Francisco and he was behind Brock Purdy, the whole thing was Brock Purdy was still kind of an unknown. If he doesn't go through, wait till you see Sam Darnold. And I actually had a bet on him that year to win Comeback Player of the Year, because you heard all these things that he had gotten his confidence back. The dude was third overall pick?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. He had all the pieces. It just shows, and the same thing goes for Baker and some of these other quarterbacks. Who was the quarterback in San Francisco that filled in for Brock Purdy when he got hurt this year? Mac Jones. In the right situation, all these guys have the talent, which just goes back to the coaching being the issue, not necessarily the
coaching. Offensive line is just massive, huge, right? Kyle
Shanahan can turn anybody into a professional. So, Okay, that was a great pick too. I really did enjoy that, and I was really glad that I didn't have to watch him in the NFC North.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm very happy that we got to watch JJ McCarthy in the NFC North because he's terrible.
Yeah, let's keep him in there as long as
100%.
possible.
Love it.
Okay, so what that means for original screenplay, here we go. Blue Moon, It Was an Accident, Marty Supreme, Sentimental Value, or Sinners. Sinners.
It's Sinners for me. It's pretty easy. I think it's just such a cool idea, and obviously it was executed unbelievably.
Yeah.
But like to me, I thought it was like.
Did you know that Marty Supreme also trying to be a vampire movie? No spoilers. Sorry. If you want to tune out right now. Okay, I'm not going to do what everyone thinks I'm going to do, which is freak out about Marty Supreme and the Kevin O'Leary of it all and the ending. And do you know what look up what the original ending was supposed to be to Marty Supreme and come back to me and talk to me in the comments about vampire movies, okay? Okay. All right, on to best sound or the loudest sporting environment. Give it a minute. Go crazy. Actually, I was booing because that's my pick.
Let me hear. Okay, we're going.
Okay. My pick for best sound was the Four Nations Cup at the Boston Garden when it was Canada versus the USA. Listen, I'm not all for booing other people's national anthems. I'm a very respectful guy, but there's something about an environment where Canada and the US have a friendly rivalry. I don't want to see them become a state. I'm all for Canada being Canada. And it's because at their best, Canada and USA are drawing from the same pool. They are essentially brothers in arms. They are twins. We are the same people. And when you line them up, their passion for hockey versus our hatred for Canada, and put those two things together, it's so fun. So that the booing back and forth, I know that it could have been political, but at that moment, it was just perfect for a hockey game environment.
No, totally. That's a good one. You could feel it in the air, watching it, just chills.
Tension.
Tension, all of it. For me, I'm going to Purdue's home court. A little bit of a, sucker pick, homer pick, if you will. Not me personally, a Michigan State guy, but my wife's Purdue grad. We went to a couple Purdue games, and it's for real. I'm jealous. Breslin Center used to be that vibe. It used to be that loud, and it has gotten pretty loud.
Well, all those people became Michigan fans now, right?
Yeah, they're no, because Chrysler is pretty much a graveyard at this point.
Because Michigan's better than Michigan State right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
But we'll see you guys on Sunday in the Big Ten title.
Sounds good.
Game, so.
Not us. I'm not even a Michigan fan.
Well,
I'm just trolling a Michigan State fan.
But anyways, we'll see. We'll see on a neutral court while it goes down. But it is loud at Mackey. They haven't had the results as much this year, despite a really talented roster. But you have to, for those that haven't seen it on TV, a Purdue home game, it gets loud beyond belief. I just don't think that there's anything currently in college basketball that's quite to that level. There's some really good environments, and I think it'll kind of bounce around a little bit. But I'm giving it to Mackey. So there you have it.
Good.
What's the one for
best sound? There it is, right there.
Sound.
F1, Frankenstein, One Battle After Another, Sinners, or
no, it's gotta be Sinners.
I think so. Although the sound, the music was unbelievable. That whole sequence was transformative. F1. This is the first time we kind of mentioned F1 the movie, which again, long, entertaining.
I feel like it should.
What's the word when you knew exactly what was going to happen every step of the way?
Predictable.
But and you heard they're making F2.
That's stupid.
It's like Fast and Furious. No, listen, I'm okay with it.
2F21.
Brad Pitt's it's got to be like the Cars animated series. He now has to turn into the coach rather than the driver, which is what happens with Lightning McQueen. I've been watching a lot of Cars 1, 2, and 3 recently. But F1 I thought was really something that in the theater was awesome.
For sure.
It used that whole surround sound, but the music is unbeatable from Sinners.
That's the thing. I think the intention of that award, maybe Sinners gets original score whereas sound goes to F1. So I could see it either way, but I think Sinners should get it. But I guess the intent of that specific Oscar is probably good for F1 though.
Yeah.
So I see.
All right, on to our next category. We've only got 2 left. Best editing or worst call by the refs. Is that what we're calling it?
You could go either way. It's your pick.
Okay.
That's how you do it.
Let the slip.
Oh, don't.
No.
Angel Hernandez.
No, it's not Angel Hernandez.
Oh.
Okay, why don't you go first?
I'll go first. All right, Texas Tech, Arkansas, I believe Elite 8 game. Just, you couldn't draw the drama up better. It was back and forth. Big lead for Arkansas early on. After Texas Tech took this very early lead, Arkansas pulled away. Texas Tech is down 12, 14, something like that, comes back, forces overtime. And then in overtime, came down to a final shot, and Texas, Arkansas won that one, right? Arkansas won that. So just overall, really, really good game. Arkansas.
You know me in college basketball.
I
had to ask you if Michigan was better than Michigan State.
I
already knew the answer to that. Okay, my worst reffing or the best edit, and this was an actual edit, like we watched it in real time, was Lions versus Chiefs, Week 6, Sunday Night Football. Jared Goff does what he's supposed to do, checks in under the center, moves out to the wing,
brutal,
hike to Montgomery, pass to Goff, pushes through the defender, touchdown. Our season is saved. It felt like, okay, this is the creative play calling we're looking for the Lions. Here we go. The rest of the season starts here. They bring out the extra point. Hold. Hey, what's wrong? Is something happening on the field? It felt like 5 minutes, but it was only apparently 1 minute. They come back out and they say, oh no, actually that was a legal motion. Even though they'd already scored a touchdown, even though they'd already done all this and taken so long, blew the play dead, killed the touchdown. We end up losing that game and our season goes down the tubes. Then there's the whole thing about Dan Campbell was told that New York had weighed in and they had called down, which is not supposed to be allowed. And then the ref on the field said, no, that never happened. So it was just an absolute hose job. We are so used to it in Detroit. It's nothing new, but it was infuriating. And the only thing that made me feel better about it, though, was that 2-point conversion at the end of the Rams-Seahawks game at the end of the season?
Oh, God.
That made the Lions game look like small potatoes based on what was at stake at that point of the season. But this play right here killed the entire Lions season.
Yeah. And I'm just replaying it in my mind. You can probably just see me just face goes numb here. Absolute brutal. They clearly after the fact,
some guy was like, hey, maybe should we have thrown a flag?
I think we should have thrown a flag.
We probably should. Can we go back and fix it?
Back?
No, you can't, dude. Also, peace out, David Montgomery. We'll miss you. That was a great throw. Good luck in Texans.
Speaking of Chiefs, though, Pacheco's coming to the Lions.
Yeah.
So there we go.
We like it.
Yeah.
We like it. He's going to be a brawler behind Gibbs. All right, so best editing. Let's see. Who's our pick? F1, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sentimental Value, or Sinners. Same movies every time. You know what? I was going to give it to Marty Supreme. I've been bad-mouthing him so much. The one thing I didn't hate about that movie was the editing.
Cut up? Yeah. You can see that. One Battle, though. That was a fairly long movie that didn't feel long. And that, honestly, in the era of 3-hour movies that is becoming an absolute norm, just to feel like that movie didn't drag is, I think, a testament.
I guess the question is, do I feel like One Battle could have used one less scene? And I don't think it's true. And I could have edited the entire Marty Supreme short. Yep. So I guess you're right. One Battle After Another. Okay.
Convinced him.
Last category. Here we go. Best costume design / anything like cord or whatever, what new design. Wait for the slate. Best costume. It's the best costume. Haven't seen a costume this good since last year's best costume.
Is there an inaugural year?
Yeah. Oh, right. Since the first time. Okay. Best costume. You want to go first or second?
You go first.
All right. First, my best costume. I've got the Shohei Ohtani number 17 Dodgers jersey. The guy is the top jersey seller for the last 3 years in a row. He's the fourth player to lead all jersey sales 3 straight years. Can you name the other 3 players?
In any sport?
No, in baseball.
And baseball.
Best jersey 3 years in a row.
Jeter.
That's one. Good job.
So maybe Red Sox.
Who's the other biggest player in the biggest market in baseball? He's the biggest player on the biggest team.
Judge.
Yes, Aaron Judge. He's huge, right? So that's why I'm keeping telling you he's big. Yes, Aaron Judge, Jeter, Judge, and
who's that? It's coming from the Red Sox, maybe.
Mookie Betts.
So yes.
Yeah. Yeah, technically yes. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I'm
sure. Yeah, I bet
one of those.
I'm sure it was 3 Mookie Betts Red Sox jerseys.
I bet 1 year. Well. I bet one of those.
Anyways, Shohei Ohtani. He sells in the U.S. He sells in Japan. He sells all over the world. The dude is the face of baseball. He's on the field 99% of the time when he's pitching and hitting and doing everything. So I just think that you could buy a Ohtani jersey right now, wear it for the next 50 years. It's going to be essentially like a Babe Ruth jersey. Not that you see a lot of those anymore, but it's always going to be valuable going forward. So Ohtani, best costume year in, year out.
All right, this time next year, I'm coming to the show with a Babe Ruth jersey. Just saying.
Great, buy me an Ohtani jersey, please.
Well, yeah, I can tell it. You might be more of a Dodger. Are you more of a Dodgers fan?
I'm more of a Will Smith fan, actually.
You can buy me a Will Smith jersey. He's higher up on the ranking than Freddie Freeman.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Will Smith.
You're crazy.
Will Smith is...
He's great, though. No, I mean, Will Smith's amazing. Absolute
power hitting catcher?
Blue guy.
Put that guy in 4th spot. Watch what happens. Anyways.
Best costume for me is the Detroit Pistons alternate unis. I don't know if you've taken a look at those things, but we've had some interesting years of, and it's a little bit of a homer pick. We've had some interesting years of, the teal Piston logos.
Grew up, loved it.
Didn't like it recently, but the redo is very great. But look at the new Motor City alternates; they're absolutely fantastic. All right, so costume design. So you said you haven't seen Frankenstein?
I have not.
Okay, so I think it wins pretty convincingly in this one.
Sure. I don't think anything else. I mean, Hamnet probably has a lot of period pieces and things like that.
How's Marty Supreme nominated, though?
Well, they had to wear costumes. Those weren't their actual clothes. That's how they were nominated. But Avatar, Fire and Ash, I believe. What I don't understand is how is Avatar and Fire and Ash nominated? Because that's all computer generated, right? So shouldn't that be in best graphics?
Visual effects.
Yeah, I don't know.
So it is. I know, but I understand. But why?
So I think Hamnet is probably going to win, but and I guess Sinners was a period piece too. But that sweater that Michael B. Jordan shows up in at the end is absolute fire. And when they make Sinners 2, which bet on it. If you can find a website that is offering will they make Sinners 2, find that, place that.
Is it on Kalshi?
That's actually
we should check Kalshi for it.
Kalshi, we're still looking for sponsors, so come on and reach out. Sinners 2 will get made, and I really want to see them set it in the 90s, maybe. I don't know.
Do you see 20 years later Bone Temple at all?
No. Todd knows this about me. I don't watch horror or horror adjacent movies. However, I do love reading their Wikipedia pages, understanding exactly what happens in the plot, so I can talk to my friends who really enjoy horror movies. No, but I read it and I know all about it.
Yeah. I just curious. I mean, it's just a total aside in case.
That's not really costumes, though, right?
No.
It's covered in human blood and wearing bones. I mean, the guys wear tracksuits.
He was wearing ammonia or
and isn't the main dude in that completely naked?
No.
Isn't the zombified guy?
Yeah, I mean, that guy's naked. That's the.
But we know when I watched the movie.
Okay.
All right.
All right. That's. So that's what we have for the Oscars for Ahead of the Spread and Closing Line Value. Tune in to Oscars on Sunday, March 15th. So they're going to be, that's when we got the awards going. Well, we won't be there though.
We got the Players Championship coming up this Thursday. So watch out for another Tea Talk on that. That's some good Tea Talk with Just Be Golfing. And if you are somehow still on this live stream or participated at any point, thank you so much for learning with us. We learned a lot today. So hopefully we'll see you again.
Absolutely. And if you haven't subscribed, please do.
Comment, like, anything.
All of it.
Yeah.
Get all of it out there.
We want to quit our jobs.
Please.
This is what we're willing to do. To not go to work.
Good.
All right.
We're doing it.
Shout out to our producer Nick too. Good job.
Yeah, Nick.
Close us out, Nick. Roll the credits. Da-da-da-da. What's the Oscars thing?
That was it.
Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da.
Did you sing one?